This is a pallet of gym equipment from Alibaba. And I probably wouldn't have got all this if it weren't for a manufacturer mistake. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what I ordered, if I would do anything different, and what it looks like getting an entire pallet delivered to your house from Alibaba. Let's go ahead and jump into today's video. What's up everyone, it's Dylan here with Plates and Profits, where I help you build your home gym for less. Now I have been on a mission trying to find the best adjustable dumbbells for me. This has led me to buying over 10 different pairs secondhand, buying several different sets from Alibaba, and even some retail priced like the Rev Times Pepin. If you like dumbbell comparisons, dumbbell reviews, go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel. I'm a newer channel, really trying to make it to 1,000 subscribers, so I'd appreciate the support. Now, I particularly really enjoyed all the Alibaba dumbbells that I've received. My preferred style of adjustment is a twist style handle, and one of them really stood out above the rest. It had a twist style handle, which is my preferred adjustment method when it comes to adjustable dumbbells, and that's because it's so much faster than the alternatives. There's no adder weights. And in this case, it went from 5 pounds all the way up to 100 pounds in 5-pound increments. The knurled handle was solid enough, not too aggressive, not too passive. And one of the more important factors to me is the length of the overall dumbbell wasn't super long like some of the other twist style alternatives. So what was the problem? Well, the problem was they only shipped me one of the dumbbell handles. I actually made a whole video documenting it here. It might actually be funny rewatching this because I know I was really optimistic that it was just delayed and it was going to be here before we knew it. That package is gone. Who knows where it is, but maybe someone got a package with just a single adjustable dumbbell handle in it. I hope they enjoy it. Now, a reasonable solution to this issue would be to reach out to the supplier. Can you ship me a new adjustable dumbbell handle? The problem with this is shipping times from Alibaba take up to 6 to 8 weeks. And they do have an option to ship these by air, but that's very expensive for suppliers, and that's not something they really want to do. Now, my dad told me this saying. He said, never let a good crisis go to waste. And I think this situation is a good example of this. And here's what I mean by that. I've been scouring different kinds of adjustable dumbbells, and especially on Alibaba, trying to find the ones that I like the most in the hopes of getting them kind of with a more bulk size order and selling them locally here in Arizona. I think it's a good way to bring a more affordable adjustable dumbbell option that I think is really good to the market here. Also, I'd be making a little bit of money by buying in bulk. It obviously brings the price down for me. And it's fun just trying something a little different. That's why I launched my own brand when doing this. I'm gonna be donating some of my profits to suicide awareness. I really think there's a strong link between physical activity and reduced depression, anxiety. I can speak from my personal experience. When I started lifting weights, it completely changed my life. And I think if more people did that, I think they would feel the same way. One thing that's also been really important to me throughout my life is music, hence the name Minor Key Iron, which I've always been a fan of. Emo music, sad music, alternative music, so minor key, that's kind of the tie-in there. Something that's really important to me though, and oftentimes to get through tough times. Music and weightlifting have gotten me through that, hence the tie-in there. So I'll be selling these under the name Minor Key Iron. If you're located in Arizona, let me know. I think it's a really good product and a really good dumbbell. So how I looked at this is for the supplier, if they're just going to air ship me or ship me a single dumbbell handle, we'll look at it as not the air shipping. If I'm gonna have to wait 6 to 8 weeks to get this again, I get these and I really like them, I'm probably gonna want to order more from this supplier. And then if I demand they air ship it to me, that's going to end up costing them maybe $100, maybe $200 to ship just a single dumbbell handle for them, which is something they don't want. So my proposal to them was, what if I ordered an entire pallet of adjustable dumbbells? Because I really like this one. I knew it was the one I wanted. And they throw the single dumbbell handle I'm missing on this pallet. That way they are making a very large sale. Instead of just losing money shipping me a handle, I am ordering a complete set of pallets. And then I said, and if you do that to help establish, a positive relationship, if they gave me a discount of the price of the dumbbell that I had already ordered, because I'm already going to have to wait and I'm going to place this large order. So I was asking for a pretty substantially sized discount here. And I was almost expecting a no. But they agreed to do it. Again, I think they go from making no money and having to pay money to ship one handle to placing a large order for these dumbbells. it was a win-win. Hence that saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. So let's go ahead and talk about what I actually ordered and what that looked like. I got 10 total sets of adjustable dumbbells. I got 5 in this white color, which I think is really sleek. And then if you've been following along here, you know I've really wanted to try the chrome, or they call it electroplated dumbbells. And I got 5 of those as well. And we're gonna kind of break that down, because in my initial video, the supplier told me the chrome ones were very delicate and loud, which I could see. Instead of having a coating on it, it's more chrome plated and just clanky is what I was thinking in my head. And I'll do this with the Rep Times Pep-It as well. But not only are these just absolutely beautiful dumbbells, I'm gonna try to make as much noise as I can. And I don't know if anything's picking up on your guys' end, but it's very subtle, almost to the point where you can't tell a difference. I'll grab the other ones now just so you can kind of see. I'm gonna say the white ones are a little quieter, but it's really not noticeable. So for me personally, I am going to be keeping a set of the chrome ones for my personal gym because they match my rack. I'm bougie with my gym equipment. I want things to look nice. Somebody once asked me in the comments, like, what are your thoughts on the colored dumbbells? And I said, hey, anything that gets you excited to go to your gym every morning and lift it, I'm all for it. And that's definitely the case with these chrome ones. I think they are awesome, not loud and delicate. I don't know where that phrase came from. I think these dumbbells in general are on the more delicate side as far as adjustable dumbbells go. I did a whole review and breakdown of these in this video. Check it out if you want to see kind of the more details. And I do cover that probably not the most durable adjustable dumbbell, but if you treat it like an adjustable dumbbell and use it for working out and not dropping it, I think it's gonna be fine. So check out that whole review there. So just some facts about this order. When I first said I was getting 10 sets, I sent them like 5 different colors. I was like, I want a pair of red, black, white, chrome, multicolored, and they really kind of shot that down. They said it will take quite a bit longer for production to do all that, which who knows, maybe they just didn't want just one-offs of everything. But that's why I only selected 2 colors. If you're wondering why, and I'm being boring, I also, since I plan on reselling some of these, I wanted to pick kind of colors that weren't going to clash with people's home gyms. I feel like white and chrome are pretty safe bets. And I think it's just more fun than just a standard black adjustable dumbbell. There's something about these that I think is more sleek and different, which is kind of what I wanted to go for with the brand that I'm trying to create here. Speaking of that, I'd love to hear your feedback on what you think is cooler, which dumbbell you would be more likely to purchase. Essentially, there's 2 different options for the logo here. I could either have the MKI logo laser printed on the last dumbbell plate like you see here, or kind of along the dumbbell cradle. Now, I personally think the logo looks cool and sleek on the dumbbell plate, but I could see how some people would say they wouldn't want that. So I'm just curious, let me know in the comments what you think is the cooler look. And also, while we're on the topic of the brand Minor Key Iron, and I talked about music is one of my favorite things. So I'm gonna say my favorite album of all time is The Devil and God Are Raging Inside of Me by Brand New. Let me know what your favorite album of all time is. What's your go-to if you want a good workout? I work out to whatever I'm enjoying at the moment. I'll listen to sad, slow songs in the gym, whatever I am enjoying at the moment. Let me know in the comments. And let me know if you like this logo too. I think this logo is kind of fun and different. And I'm probably gonna put it on a tank top soon. As far as an actual timeline and how long this order process took in entirety, I placed this order on April 23rd. It arrived in Long Beach on June 23rd, and then it ultimately arrived at my house on July 8th. In total, it took 76 days. Not too bad for over 2,000 pounds of equipment. So would I do anything different? Just in general, I would say this supplier has been pretty short and not the most friendly. And guess what? They forgot to ship another thing with this replacement handle. So how these dumbbells work, in order to go up by 5, there's 2 2.5 pound plates that are included on these dumbbells. And they forgot to ship that with the shipment. This time I kind of let the crisis go to waste and I said, airship them to me, please. And they said right away. So we kind of have the answer there. But just in general, I've worked with several different suppliers now, and some are very friendly, very quick and responsive, and they elaborate on things. And this supplier is very short, to the point, a lot of one-word answers. Maybe because I bothered them by asking for the big discount, Who knows? And that's fine. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but I'm just noting that there are some differences in how the suppliers communicate. I'm also ordering some dumbbell stands for these dumbbells that I'll be selling here. And just that as an example, that supplier is extremely communicative. She sends me updates several times per week. Very polar opposite ends of the spectrums as far as that goes. I'd almost like a meet in the middle here because I get a lot of messages from that other person. What to know if you are getting a full shipment of dumbbells or just a pallet of equipment? Well, a few things here. I actually launched an LLC to do this. And with that, I got a tax ID that I can use where I don't have to pay some of the taxes associated with these Alibaba purchases. So if you're considering doing something like this, I definitely recommend that because you're saving a couple $100 per purchase. And then I'm just doing this out of my house. I don't have a warehouse or anything like that. When they shipped it, I was kind of concerned that they would leave a giant pallet of dumbbells on the side of my house or in the street. I have a rolling curb, so I was really concerned about that. But luckily, the guy who delivered it was really nice. He had a pallet jack. He jacked it all the way up, and then we kind of got a running start. I was pushing. I thought I was recording this whole interaction and I wasn't, so I'm kind of bummed about that. But just if that's something you're wondering, they wheeled it into my garage for me too, which is a big help for me. Otherwise, I was going to have to be unloading these dumbbells. I also live in Arizona. It was 110 degrees, so that would have been a workout. Let me know if you have any questions about kind of the Alibaba ordering process in general. I'm not an expert on it by any means, but I have placed 4 or 5 orders now, so I've been through it. I've also had to cancel a few orders from some suppliers when I was trying to get different dumbbells, so I've definitely seen the good, the bad of Alibaba, but I'm really stoked about these dumbbells. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm just really curious. I'm excited about them. I know twist style handle dumbbells that aren't the most durable, aren't for everyone, but the convenience factor of them to me is really awesome. Again, if you haven't seen my full review and breakdown on them, be sure to check that out. But this is gonna kind of conclude it for today's update. I'm really excited. We got the Rep Times Pep and clones coming in just a bit here. If you haven't, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.